All right, welcome back to the show. ThonLexy, your host, here with another live reaction. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and way into the room. Hit the notification bell so you be notified every single time we post content. Back with another Kendra G reaction. Let's get it. Shouts out to Emperor. So it looked like he's first down there. Gonna have a great show. Think you guys are gonna enjoy the show that we have prepared for you. Two really lengthy archetypes. There was a overweight woman who had an interesting conversation with Kendra G. She actually handled the call well. And then she had a conversation with another woman who was just talking crazy and asking for a lot of things that she didn't qualify for. And then Kendra G stunk the place up. So we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about everything. Kendra G actually agreed with this woman when she was talking about how she left the guy for erectile dysfunction. So I'm going to have to check Kendra once more. Again, we're going to have to give Kendra G some more talking points to steal this afternoon. That's what we're going to have to do. Of course, we're looking for a show sponsor. Everything over 20 qualifies. Let's hit that $100 goal mark so that we can come back tomorrow with another show. Or, again, we'll just take another hiatus off. And then I'll come back in another week and we'll work on some short form stuff. And we'll get some creative things done that way. All right, y'all ready to get into it? Drop those locations. Let's have a good show. Y'all drop those locations. Let's spin the clip. I'm eager to get into it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Yes,
tricky, but
my dog died.
I own 2 companies.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the organ, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
My dog died. You are really calm, for real.
I want to respect you, but I can't.
All right, let's get into it. We've covered these overweight women so often on the show. Never one like this. This woman came in really hot, really aggressive. The comment section immediately knew that something was wrong. And then something interesting happened. The conversation actually got deep. It got kind of introspective. We're just going to let the clip play. I'm going to try not to pause too much. The call sort of speaks for itself. We don't get to open these kind of discussions often on the show. So let's go ahead and do it. Y'all know how we do. Cash App, stop the show. Let's see who we got in the building. Much love, Jimmy says, Thon looking sharp. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Somebody says damaged. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Much love. We already got a super chat in the building. Let's get it. The Valley says, show ain't even starting. I'm already tired of her. Yeah, much love. Thank you for that. Let's get it. DJ Matrix Uptown said first, but he wasn't first. Emperor Dub was first. Jimmy Blakely, what's up? How y'all doing? NYC in the building. Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, Champaign, Illinois, Houston, NC, Dallas, Texas. What's going on? How y'all doing? Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it.
I'm not into the knuckleheads. I'm not into cursing, being loud, abrasive, controlling. You know, I'm pretty comfortable with myself and open. So there's no reason for a man to be, correcting me or having any
I
trouble
beg your pardon?
getting across his communications.
We already got an issue right there. Just starting off saying that like there's no reason a man should be correcting you. Why? Why isn't there a good reason for a man to correct you? And what kind of woman who actually wants to be involved with a man would think that she could be involved with him and never be corrected? Like ever. Interesting.
Okay. What do you mean there's no need for a man to correct you?
Well, it's the controlling factor. I find there's a lot of controlling men and they feel like, they can tell you what to do. And of course, any woman who has a home with a man, you would like to take your man advice, but I'm not looking for that man that'd be like, oh, what you do, what you were. Like, I'm not on that shit. Like,
So a man who checks up on your whereabouts? Again, good men typically check up on the whereabouts of the woman that they're involved with. It isn't because they're controlling. It's because they care. It's because they're good men. A guy who's like, oh yeah, go to that dangerous, sketchy place at 3 a.m. He doesn't even really care about you that much. You just didn't consider it. You're just having a good time.
Okay. Should he? I'm confused. So you don't want a man, you just don't want a controlling man.
mm-hmm.
But would you take your man's advice in some ways or no?
Yes, if it's reasonable, if it flows out of his mouth in a reasonable manner, yes.
Give me an example of something because I think we all want to understand what is something.
Okay,
like,
say I want to go out with my friends. You can give me the rundown. You can be like, who's there? What you wearing and things like that. But there's no need for that with me because I'm not I'm not a rundown chick. I'm not some easy or compromising myself physically kind of chick. So I don't feel.
Oh, she's like, I'm not easy, so you don't even have to worry about me. Like, you can let me dress however I want to dress because I'm not, like, women don't get, it's not about what we think about you. It's about keeping you safe and keeping other men away from you. Not like we just think every guy that walks up to you is going to steal you away. Guys just don't want their woman approached, especially if the woman is worth anything. It's just about principle. We are mammals. We're territorial animals. We don't just want people walking up on our situation. It's about principle. Rob Herring says, I can't get past the makeup. Much love for that too. Thank you. Jimmy says, nobody wants to control the big back. Again, when she said, yeah, I'm not like a person who like mismanages myself physically or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what are you talking about? That's a lie. I can see how you're mismanaging yourself physically. And again, you women who aren't appealing physically, you can't offer infidelity, or no, you can't offer fidelity up as something valuable or like a merit is in dating market value. Because if a lot of men aren't trying to steal you up, you saying that you like I'm all yours, you know, you don't got to worry. That don't hit as good when you're not getting hollered at all. That's only valuable when every single time you go to the grocery store, a different guy tries to pick you up. Like, women think that as long as I'm offering my individual self up, that means like it's worth something. Well, I mean, in some cases it is. It's worth something to somebody.
He would have to worry with me. There's no questions that he would need to ask because he would already know.
Okay, so like if you say I'm going on with my homegirls, leave it at that. You don't want him to ask you any more questions.
Nah, I would already tell him, going out with my homegirls, this is what I'm wearing, boo, look. Or you want to come, you know, it's not a big deal to me. I just don't want that, you can't do this, because that's a real turn off right there. That'll drive me up real quick.
Okay. This must have been a past experience.
Mm.
Okay. All right, should he look a certain way?
No, I'm into dark chocolate. You know, I like bald heads. I like facial hair. You know, so to be groomed very well, smell good. You know, someone you want to just lay up under or put your face, like, you know, up under them and be comfortable.
Okay. Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Enough to provide for himself.
Okay. For himself. Let's do the Kendra Cam. That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Well, I can't stand up, but can you see me?
You gotta stand up.
Can you see me?
No, you have to stand up, honey.
Okay. Oh boy, can you see me?
Yeah, we just gotta see your legs, but I think this could work.
Okay.
Veronica, New York. Do you want the guy to be in New York?
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Ideal. Okay. When was your last relationship?
I've been celibate for 9 years. So, I'm gonna have to say 9.
So, are you celibate till marriage?
Something like that, yeah.
My dog died alone.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you ladies one thing. What men aren't gonna do is wait for marriage for most women. Most women aren't even valuable. Most of you women are not bringing it like that to think that a man is gonna wait for you until marriage. You overweight women, you guys just need to get out of here. Like, nobody's waiting on you. Stop playing with yourself.
Is that not the goal? If it's not the goal, what's the goal?
The goal is to not have to do this all over again. Not to look anymore. I want to find something. I want to be with someone. I want to go places with that person. I want to grow old.
So in the last 9 years, why do you think you've been single?
By choice. By trauma.
I was gonna say, have you been to therapy?
Yeah. I use therapy regularly.
Okay. Has it helped you get through whatever you've gone through?
Well, I'm still here and standing. I put myself through school, have my own loft. I'm just lonely, I guess.
My dog died alone.
No, I understand. Because I mean, talking to you, I didn't know that I could tell you've been through something. You don't got to share the exact scenario, what it is, but it seems like, listen, and I get it. A lot of ladies' guards are up because they've been through so much. So you've created this wall of protection. But
Well,
without,
I can tell you that I've only been with 2 people in my whole entire life. And one of those people I've spent 16 years with. The other person was someone in high school. So, those are the only relationships I've had, and I'm 42.
So the one you were with 16 years, you broke up with him 9 years ago?
Before that.
When did you break up with that one?
Couldn't tell you. It's just so long ago.
Well, let me ask you this. So you've been celibate for 9 years, but when did you decide that you wanted to start to try again?
It has always been on my mind to try again. I would never give up on love, you know? I'm a God-fearing woman, and I want, I want to be somebody's rib. I want to be somebody's better half. It's never not been a choice for me. It's just I'm going about it in a different way this time.
Okay. And what's the difference you're doing this time? Is it something like, calling like my show, putting yourself out there?
Yeah, I didn't think that you would pick me, but yeah.
Well, you had to get in queue to get picked.
I know.
This is sad that men don't want us no more. Not all of us are the same. We want women. We just want the good ones. Are you a good one? I don't know. I'm not saying you aren't. I don't know you, but I don't know. You don't seem honest. You don't want to show your face. You're covering it up with little filters and stuff. It's already telling my men right there. Got a little bit of issues with revealing who you really are. Maybe some insecurities, possibly. Certainly over 35, under 50. So, again, who said that men don't want you? That's the whole meaning of the conversation. We want you. We want the good ones. We want the women. We want the ones who want to listen. You got to y'all just want somebody you can control. No, that's just your way of saying you don't want to listen. Let's continue.
And I thought that I was ready, because I just came in, but then I'm looking at myself on your camera and I can tell that my makeup is worn from the whole day. So,
I mean, makeup is subjective. I'm a makeup girl, so your makeup is fine to me, but that's subjective. Some people don't like my makeup, child, but it is what it is. But
Arthur came through with the first cash app of the day. Much love, Arthur. He says, is she drunk? He also took the Cash App sponsor spot, got us going with gold. The OGs and the women have been holding it down. Much love. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for the support, Arthur. Thank you. Let's get back into it.
Let me keep going. So 9 years ago, so the last time you was with somebody was 9 years ago, too, you said, correct?
Uh-huh.
What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Oh, God. I have to speak up more in the moment, not later. I have to say no to those who ask for money.
Okay, Anna says, I'm old, so I'm not with this generation, so please don't insult me. Well, if that's directed towards me, this is my show. I'll do what I want to do. I'll talk about your mama if I want to. You understand? You came here. I'll talk about your whole shit. You understand? You came to my show. And then you interrupted my show. See, this is the issue with black women. You think that you run something. You don't run anything, especially over here. Don't make someone 40 years your junior have to put you in your place, man. I've done it before. Find your place now.
Say it right out. People think you have a good job, and they think because you have money, it's their
Is this
money.
men or like family members who ask?
It's anybody. It's anybody. I'm gonna look at you sideways, because if there was a need that was important, then I would have noticed it. If you're in my company, you know what I mean, and I would have offered. So, yeah, that's just a no for me. God, I think my guard is up to a certain extent. I don't like big crowded places. I don't really like going to clubs. I like, maybe live music, and you're sitting down and there's a meal, and just I don't want to be like in a corner and it's just like crowded people just in the building just dancing to pussy popping music. It's not my thing.
I beg your pardon.
I'm confused. This seems very, I don't know, very left field. She definitely has some unresolved turmoil. Let's just continue.
I just don't like the music today. They're telling you to pussy pop, but they get married. So I just don't like it.
Well, one will say even in marriage you can pop.
Jacob said, is she going to cry or is she out of breath? Well, I think she's nervous because she doesn't believe a lot of the things that are coming out of her mouth. She's just came onto the call and already made up in her mind the way that she's going to present herself, and she's committed to it, but it's not authentic. So she's nervous because she's not sure if she can execute to the best of her abilities. That's my assumption.
That.
Yeah, I know, but that's their message that they're sending out to our young girls.
I understand. Who child? Veronica, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, honey?
I can cook pie from scratch.
Like Bernice. That's a big bitch.
Ma'am, for some reason, you bringing up pie first, that's an issue for me. I think the last thing you need to be bringing up is pie, man.
I am like a preschool teacher. I
thought you were a paralegal.
I am that too.
So you're a preschool teacher and a did you tell me that?
No. Because my preschool teaching is something I do during the day, early in the morning. And paralegal is something I do when everybody's out of the office, and I prepare briefs and things like that. And then I leave.
The way you're communicating makes me think you're not being honest. No way to be sure.
So that's what I do. But I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's it.
Could the guy have kids?
Sure.
Okay. Should he be in New York?
Yeah.
We have some paid questions. Do you want them?
Oh God. Sure.
Did you cuss? I thought you didn't cuss though. Okay. Did you cuss?
Well, there's only one way to describe the music today, and that's pussy pop. So yeah, I did.
Well, Veronica, there's other songs that don't P-pop.
Very minuscule genre that doesn't.
Veronica seems like a problem and kind of odd. Seems very difficult to deal with.
What is odd? That I'm normal?
Shaming yourself. No, ain't nobody shame.
That's not the frequency that's being transmitted, shorty. Like, no. Oh, he's right. You sound very difficult to deal with. You sound like you make up things, like you make up stories. Or like you never can admit that you're wrong about anything. You'll just start like talking about how you've been through a lot. Like you use misdirection, like guilt. King says, game over, Bertha. Much love. Thank you for that super chat. Hold on, where is it? I think I missed another one. Make sure I read these. Darren Flower says, I'm always coming in your chat room and not giving no support. My bad. Keep grinding. It's all good. Thank you very much. DJ Major says, I think she's lying about the 16-year relationship. She lives in the world of delusion and she thinks she has a body of a baddie, but the truth is you're overweight and none of your friends would tell her. Yeah, and that is truth. That there is some truth to that. A lot of people, a lot of women, especially like overweight women do a good job of exposing the fact of how malicious women are to each other and how this whole sisterhood thing is counterproductive, because you see a community where you have good-looking women and they befriend overweight women, and the good-looking women don't say, oh, you should go to the gym so that you can have a body like us and get the same results. Absolutely not. What actually happens is they tell the overweight woman, you're just as bad as us. You look just as good as us, girl. What? Fat? No. You? Oh. I'm actually telling the truth. This is real. This is actually how women handle one another. And they actually believe that they support each other more than men support one another.
Or that I'm not here for the foolishness. Oh, is it odd that I can keep myself and my legs closed for 9 years? What's odd about me? Because I got myself together. I got certificates, diplomas. I got celibacy.
I own 2 companies, Kendra.
Ma'am, you're 42. You're overweight. Below average in attraction. Even with the fakeness removed. Man, what makes you think you get to have this kind of bravado? What makes you think you get to have this sort of arrogance? This is very off-putting.
I got God. What's odd about me?
I got God. There's no way to measure that. Like, that's just something anybody can say. Let me make sure that I read. Okay, I already got Kim. Trinae just sent something. Says, I have a girlfriend. The sisterhood is way too toxic. Yeah. That's why the larger part of our audience is becoming female. Like, we're starting to be more than half. I mean, I'll look at the analytics. More than half of our audience is females at this point. And I think it's because women are tired of hearing their dating and relationship information from women and failing, and then women being right there to be single with them.
You gotta come better than that. You gotta give examples. You just can't just I'm an oddball, like because you don't see me as much.
Here's the deal, y'all. I always say this. I am a journalist who started hosting a dating show. I'm not a dating expert. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm a person that has data, right? And I have discernment and just energy. I will say this is why we talked about therapy. I can tell you've been through something that has made you very guarded. And it's almost like protection. And I understand because there's a lot of women that are very guarded due to past relationship experiences.
Do you think that because I have been celibate for 9 years?
No, I didn't know. When we made this conclusion, I didn't know you were celibate for 9 years. We talked about therapy before you even shared that, if you go back.
Well, in the Black families, they don't believe in therapy. I do.
I definitely believe in therapy. I believe in a lot.
Okay. You are right. Black people don't get into therapy as much as they should. But if you're in therapy, I'm here to tell you, you need to find another one. Like, your therapist is not doing a great job. You do not look like you're in therapy. You must have just started. You're one of those type of people to where you be like, oh, well, I'm in therapy, so there. And then they're like, well, how long have you been in therapy? 2 weeks. It's like, well, that doesn't count. You have to be in therapy for some time, a lot of time, depending on what the issues are. And ma'am, you definitely have some issues.
In therapy, I believe in the pastor. I believe in psychics. I believe in all the things that can help you become a better person. But before we did discover you,
Arthur dropped another 5, says weight is a flaw. Yeah, weight is a flaw. Like, how you gonna just move through the three flaws and then don't mention weight? Much love, Arthur. That moves us to 30. Thanks, Arthur. You carrying the whole team right now. I don't even know what to say. Jacob says fun's this type of Christmas, but I still want to show love. Much love. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate you. Young boys too.
were celibate for 9 years. You know, in the beginning, we were breaking down because you were saying how you didn't, like, I don't want a man to ask me no questions. It was along that, I don't remember, I can't quote you verbatim, but we spent a lot of time there. And
well,
that's when it was revealed.
There are knucklehead things that men do. Like, you can't wear that. Well, why can't I wear this? Oh, because it's showing this or that. I'm not that kind of chick. So for a guy to say that to me would be crazy. I don't want you dictating to me, because I would never dictate to a guy.
Well, you can't dictate to a guy. That's the whole point. See, the biggest issue surrounding why Black women, why you guys have such a hard time with marriage and relationships, is because you think you're equal, if not better, than the men you're involved with. You're like, don't tell me what to do because I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's like, no, he actually is there to be your leader. You don't know what your place is. He's certainly there to lead you. You don't understand that you're supposed to follow by saying stuff like, I don't want to be dictated to because I'm not going to dictate to you. That just all in all that means to me is that all that says to me is translation, I don't want to follow anyone. But my question is why do you masculine, evil, malicious hyenas, why do y'all want a man despite of the fact that you don't want to listen to one, you don't want to respect one, value one, work out for one, cook for one? You just want us. You want us to go on a trip with you. We are more than just something to say, oh, me and Bae, we finna go on a trip. Men are worth more than that, dummy. What's his nasty freeze game?
Got that door. If you don't say nothing to me, I ain't asking you where you going.
I mean, do you want the rest of these questions? It's up to
you. Sure.
Oh, okay. Divine Photo says the trauma is real, but you're looking for a man while you are unhealed. How come you didn't require marriage from the 16-year relationship?
That's because that relationship never existed. I forgot to address that. The super chat from earlier tried to address that. Yeah, I don't believe that there was ever a 16-year relationship. And I think you're saying that to try to add significance to yourself, like, oh, somebody locked this down for 16 years, so it must no. And then after that, 9 years of celibacy, please. Please. Not realistic, not convincing.
I did. It was never it didn't come to fruition because of problems in the relationship, cheating. So I stayed with what was comfortable. And when I found myself uncomfortable, I left.
Okay. TT said, sis, it's time to rise up and focus on your healing journey. Discover who you truly are before seeking a partner. It wouldn't be fair to enter a relationship with a heart that's not yet whole.
What makes my heart not whole?
Oh.
Do you find that I need to go healing just because I'm going to therapy every day? I go to therapy every day so I don't curse nobody out at the job, at the gas station, anything. That's why I go to therapy. That's just that's like going to Sunday service for me.
No, it's not.
You are really dumb. For real.
It's not like going to Sunday service. The same thing isn't said over and over again in a different, cool, creative way. A lot of different approaches are taken in therapy. You can go to a pastor and be like, I need help. Like, I need like a lot. Like, I really need help. Not financially. Like, I'm having this question or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, this is where faith comes in. I want to tell you, black people, anytime a pastor tells you, this is where faith comes in, brother. That was his way of saying, like, I don't have time for your broke ass. I just need you out my face. I got stuff to do. I have far more people to lie to this evening, and I need you away from me so I can get back to all that bullshitting.
No, there's no, I am healed, which is why I'm here. If I was not healed, I would not be here. I'd be somewhere else, acting like a fool, shaking my ass on camera, degrading myself. I'd be without degrees, without a mortgage. I'll speak to them about rape. Most of the young girls in the group have gone through that, and so have I. So I display myself in such a manner because I've gone through so much. And I want, anyone else who has gone through what I've gone through to display themselves as healthy as they can be. Just because someone doesn't agree with your terms or your qualities doesn't mean you should give up on them. I mean, that may be God saving you from, something really bad. I just...
Quiet Storm says, look at Kendra. Kendra is just kind of looking at her like, you really just continuing to spin all this bullshit, huh?
That's just how I think.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just think, it's like playing chess. You think 4 steps ahead, okay? That's what kind of girl I am. I have to be that kind of girl. I'm a paralegal. Things have to be dotted.
Nobody cares that you're a paralegal.
I own 2 companies, Kendra.
Nobody cares. You keep finding a way to like sneak that back in. Nobody cares about you being a paralegal. So, like, it's not a real lawyer. You It is what it is. You do research for lawyers. Okay, like you CNA women get going long enough. You try to sneak in something. I'm really a nurse. No, you're not. You're not a nurse. Stop.
Have to be crossed. So I don't think I'm a non-pole, but okay, I'll take that.
Well, let me just jump in. Now that, first of all, I'm sorry what you went through as being in a position where you didn't agree to consensual sex. So, again, I didn't know what you've been through, but I sit here, I'm almost hosting the show for 5 years. So as a person that sit here and you talk to more than 10,000 single people, you pick up on different energy. So I didn't know what you've been through, but I knew you've been through something. Because the thing that I got clear is your wall is up and you have to be in control. So anybody that is trying to control you, don't even come your way, because you have decided that you have to control and protect yourself. And now you just revealed something that you went through that will explain that. Like, that explains, we didn't know what it was. I just knew you've been through something, right? So with that being said, being that we didn't know what it was, but we're able to pick up on it, there is still some.
Javar Savage says, save the motivational talk for the gym, sweetheart. Like, for real. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, you're talking all this stuff about all this stuff you do and all this value, this inflated value, but you haven't said nothing about bettering your body or doing the things that men actually care about.
Healing potentially
that puts us at 35. Much love. Thanks.
Parts of you may not have been healed yet, which makes sense. Like, what you went through is traumatic. I don't want to downplay that. That could be a lifelong thing. And I'm not no doctor that I can diagnose you in that way. All I do is in these moments is I'll say a prayer for you. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think that you're very guarded. And I understand now why.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Kendra, I'm so surprised that you're choosing to give this woman lenience and the next woman you're going to kind of be chill with. But this woman, you chose to give the best version of yourself you could possibly be. It's just, I'm starting to think that you're not even a bad person, so much to where you're just like lacking in intelligence to the point where like you just don't know what to do or say, like, or who to say it to, timing. I'm moving on. Kendra said some sweet stuff to her and was like, oh, like, hang in there, girl. Somewhere along the lines of that. Now, women like this I can't stand. There's nothing wrong with being average, but I can't stand when women don't understand that they're average. I'm a guy who talks about it. I love average women. Average women are just as desirable as any of the other women in the dating market. A lot of different spectrums, a lot of different shades of average. Again, but some of you women are like borderline below average, like in the face damn near. You just got a few things going for yourself. You might have a big butt. You might have a good grade of hair, but you're really not even like a dime. You just you have some weapons. And that might make you think you can start like asking for things or demanding a certain kind of man in the dating market. You can't do that, but we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. It's going to get interesting. Let's go ahead and spin a clip.
I met him when I was 25 and he was 40. So, age difference. I'm 37 now. So things changed. I didn't feel the same way when I was 25.
So all you men out there that be looking for young girls, remember you always older. So what age did you decide that you wasn't feeling your husband no more?
Well, I would say around 50.
When he turned 50.
Turned 50, yes.
And how old were you when he was 50, when he turned 50?
I was like 30 something. We like 25-year difference.
You have a 25-year difference?
Yeah.
No, so when he was 50, that means you were 25, if that's the case.
Oh, he's 60 now. So somewhere like 23-25-year difference.
Okay, let me start take it from the top. How old were you when you got married? How
Well,
old was you?
my first marriage was 19. That lasted 4 years, and then I got married again. Well, we met when I was 25 and got married when I was 28.
And and when you were 28, how old was he?
I'll say 40, like 40, 43, something around there.
Okay. So at that time it was good, but when he turned 50, you was over it.
Yeah, like men at that age is just have erectile dysfunction.
I beg your pardon.
And some things you just can't put up with. I'm still young. I don't need no old head. I tried.
I'm not saying this is true for all the men, but there's so many men that feel like, oh, I got the money, I can get the young girl that I want and all those things. And y'all always fail to remember this part. This part, after you're gonna get her, but one day either she might stay married and just go get sex for somebody else, or she might leave you. This is why, but hey, listen, let me say for
You're actually not right, Kendra. You're wrong. So is this supposed to be the counter to like, oh, older men really like y'all can hit the wall too? Oh, is that what we're doing? Because like older men can some older men come across like situations with like their sex drive or whatever the case may be. Like, Kendra, no, it's not the same. Because here's the thing. A man who's 40 years old who could have the worst sex drive in the world, if his swimmers are still swimming, he could still have a child, where if you're 40, your body's just going to stop allowing you to have children. You're literally done. That's the truth. And that's just one part of it. Men are more desired by younger women in the dating market. See, it's not younger men's fault that they desire younger women, and it isn't older men's fault that they also desire younger women. It's just what happens. And you older women are bitter about it. And you're trying to find a way for older men to also take a hit so that you guys aren't alone and being losers. But the truth is a man who's 40 years old, that's a guy who's potentially just getting started and becoming his best self. Where a woman who's 40 years old in the dating market, she's probably in the back end and less valuable in the dating market than she's ever been. And that's truly why there's so much animosity between women like Kendra G, Lala. You start hearing women like Nia Long saying, oh, marriages don't even look like they're that much fun. I mean, I don't even know anybody who's happy in a marriage. Oh, yeah, that's very convenient, Nia Long. Now that you're past the wall, nobody wants to marry your old fine ass. And you are fine. You are fine, but I'm just saying.
Focus. Let me say, I'm not saying this is true for all cases.
It's not true for all.
It's not true for all, but it is a reality, and I think that
Javar Savage says, look like smokes, like she smokes sour charcoal. Yeah, she does. Her lips look like she's just smoking. Like, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with if you're 420 friendly, it's cool, but it's just them grape swishers is tearing some of y'all up.
That conversation is lost on the internet. Like, they just talk about, I got money on the prize, I'm gonna get somebody younger, and all that is true.
Right.
But you fail to remember the part, as you get her younger, she gonna get older, you gonna get older. And if you can't perform sexually, now as your wife, she should be faithful, but it doesn't mean she will be.
Right. So I just divorced because I just started, interest going somewhere else, more to a younger person, because both of my marriage been with older men, and it's like I'm not the problem. I just know. I mean, me being a nurse and know what it is. Erectile dysfunction. Like, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Was he willing to?
Ma'am, you being a nurse should make you more inclined to want to help the guy if like you were married to him. And again, how often do we talk about BWs and their issue with putting a man being able to stimulate them in bed over a man's ability to be able to take care of them long term? What better example we've talked about this a lot on the show. We're the ones who started the whole stimulation over substance argument. The argument that black women put more value in a man's ability to be able to blow her back out than a man's ability to be able to take care of her over a long period of time, maybe even a lifetime. Am I saying that black women should not value what a man can do for her in bed at all? Absolutely not. That's not in fact what I'm saying. But I'm saying that black women have this prioritized at the top, and women who have won in marriage historically have not. Now, some would say that that's bashing black women. I would say that that's just observing history and stating an argument. Much love to Javar Savage and some people they're dropping in. Justin just dropped 2. Like a lot of people who were talking about the Christmas shopping and stuff. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate you even mentioning that, but I appreciate all these different people who drop in $2, $4, $5. I don't expect people to break the bank when they come to my show, but we do great numbers over here. So I already understand like what's in affordable range for you guys. I understand that we're gonna always see about 400 to 500 people every show, and if people paid $1 admission to the show, we clear goal every single time. Asking for 100 is actually like selling my show short. Actually, for anybody, there have been some people who had some comments down there. Intel says, in my Uncle Ruckus voice, there's a powerful there's a powerful niggatry at work. Yeah. Interesting stuff.
To do things to change that?
What you mean? As far as what?
There are ways that men can fix erectile dysfunction.
Oh, well, we got some more coming in. Save Your 6 says, looking for victim number 3, AK her. Oh, yeah, if y'all want to fire at the person we're reacting to with the soundboard yourself, you can ask for it and request it through the Cash App. I forgot to say that. I haven't been saying that. Squared Away Drop 5 says, Kendra is coping and it's sad to see. I mean, she's copying and it's sad to see. It definitely is. Much love for Brandon. He dropped 10 also. That puts us at 76. I think we actually will make goal. Let's get it. Much love. Much love, BLP family.
Yeah.
He wasn't willing to try those those other ways.
See me, I'm the type of woman where like oral sex is not a big thing for me. I don't get off on that like at all.
I beg your pardon?
I rather.
No, honey, when I'm talking about there's ways that men can fix erectile dysfunction, and I'm
like
asking
as far as medically
I mean, there's herbs that they can take. I think there are some medical things. They talk about this pill, child. Like, I don't know. Was he trying to figure out a way to fix that?
No, the guys I dated didn't like.
Much love. No one watches regular news. Thank you.
Didn't do anything like drink, smoke, take pills.
No,
they were
talking
just
about
like
your husband that you said had this.
Yeah, they just didn't want to like, involve or engage in like Viagra or any pills like that.
Someone did say you did sign up for Marriage for Better or Worse.
Yeah, I did, but the worst part was I was going to cheat. So
Buy a dog, die alone.
Now, out of all them, if you're a black man in the comment section, put a 1 down in the comment section if you've heard another black woman say something like this, maybe just in passing, just being humorous, that they would cheat on the guy who couldn't hold it down in the bedroom. And I'm doing this to put an emphasis on how like freely black women are exposing that they value this over anything, over everything. Like I've heard women say, oh yeah, this guy made more money than anybody who's like ever lived in my family. Like this dude made he's like in the 5% of earners. And then they find out that like his stroke game ain't where she wants it to be. And all of a sudden she's like, I can't believe I can't do it and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I can't believe you can't do it. You're dumb as hell. You're going to die by yourself.
Buy a dog, die alone.
James Dent just sent 15, putting us at 92. Much love, BLP family. Thank you. Thank you very much for your support. Stay Ready says, keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you very much. Yep, 11111. Yeah, like black people, we've already experienced this. We know this. This ain't. And to think, how many of our families are being started this way? Like, if the majority of the consensus is on that side that say, yeah, a lot of black women will probably leave you or cheat on you if you can't blow their back out. We've just discovered something very interesting, black people. This is something very important. Because our children are locked into families that were started this way. And we got to reverse it. We can't just let that keep happening. We have to figure out a way to get our daughters to start caring about the man. See, the reason it was almost the most logical step for black women to move to peen, because the older baby boomer loser broads, the older women of the 80s, they're telling the younger black women, oh, don't even worry about a man. Like, you better not. You better get you a degree, wait till you're 30, come back old and useless, and then try to worry about a man. And they know that that's bad advice. So the younger women almost can't trust the older women. It's pretty savage. Javar says he wouldn't even pop a blue chew. You're the problem. And I heard that blue chew is not a game.
Because I wasn't satisfied.
All right. Okay, Jenna. Ooh, child. Let's keep going. So Jenna, Philly, 37, Capricorn, RN nurse, married twice, and I think I got it all.
Somebody says the cat is done for. It is something about a woman, and all you women out there who might think about pulling this and saying something like this, I want you to know, if the moment that you say something like that, guys, we just, not only do we stop taking you serious, we think you've been passing that thing around a lot. It makes you sound like you're loose. It does. It really does.
How many kids do you have?
Just one. He's 17.
Okay, that's right. 17. All right. All right, Jenna. What kind of man you looking for, girl? Well, I can tell you right now, you better have something working.
Well, I don't have that part in the expect. And as far,
I swear, man, in my ratchet days, and I talk about my ratchet days often, this was how the experience would play out. That girl who was always like, ooh, Josh, I swear, when I get you, I'm gonna do you bad. I'm gonna do you dirty. Like, stop playing with me. I need to see it. I heard that you light skinned dudes ain't working with them. I need to make sure. Yeah, I gotta see. And it was always those women who, and women complain like this about guys. Guys do this also, but I'm talking about women right now. After y'all do that, you usually are the most boring. I expect the guy to like stimulate me, and if you can't get me going, then you don't know how to touch this and pull that and whatever it is, so where that's why it ain't get wet. You excuse making. You females are the least desirable women in bed a lot of the times. You women who just brag on it. Ladies, don't brag on it. You'll know if it's good. Guys will be like pulling up to your job, getting you kicked, getting you fired, fighting your mama. Got her on the crazy pause.
dated men with no money. Like every guy I dated had money, even more money than me. So I never had a problem with that. I'm just looking for a man that's like emotionally available, supportive, and take care of their children. I don't really ask for much. And I like
When
the
did you
laugh.
get divorced?
I got divorced last May. I got married in Vegas and I got divorced in last May.
Okay.
So, and I just became a nurse a year ago, so my qualifications is different with standards when it's time to start dating men. So I'm just dating anybody.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Just because you're a nurse, that doesn't mean that your qualifications get to go up. And all women need to understand that. That would be like the woman who we reacted to before you. Like, she's overweight, below average. If just because she were to just go and just start making a bunch of money, doesn't mean she gets to ask for a better man in the dating market. She still has to earn that guy through getting fit, going to the gym, becoming desirable to them physically. A man has to desire your beauty. Men don't want to wake up to women who they don't find appealing physically. And women always like, oh, guys are so superficial. How dare you when that's my end of the deal? What if I looked over at you and said, you're greedy for wanting somebody to take, you're a grown woman, you're capable of taking care of your bills. Why do you want to marry me and let me take care of you? Like, men don't even move that way.
So now, are you saying that you never had an issue with getting a man with money?
No, that was never an issue with me. I always had men that took care of me or anything like that. So it was that was never the issue. I feel like a brat now. That's what I'm not looking for, but you gotta have some money.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Liars, cheaters, and men that are married, because a lot of men that I dated, I didn't find out they was married to later
Wait,
on.
when did you get divorced?
Last year.
So you dated a lot in your divorce after you've only been divorced for a year.
Yeah, I'm saying the men that I dated, I like a couple dates. It wasn't like I was like intimate in it with them and anything. I was just dating, and later on down the line, I found out you're married, and this happened twice. So I just been chilling.
That happened twice. Okay, we're gonna break it down. I used to be cool with somebody like this. Intellect says, the good will have you acting completely out of character. Ladies, if that fellas ain't sweating you or acting different, if he ghosts you, if he don't circle back, you ain't it. Yeah. A lot of times. And a lot of times it don't make you crazy. It's just guys know. Like, we know when we, sometimes I question if we know what good poon is versus we certainly know what bad is. You know what I mean? Like, we know what kind we don't want, for sure. I'm with Dick Gregory in the sense to where I'm not sure if we know what good actually is. I know that somewhere along the lines of like tight, wet. Okay, I get it. But I certainly more than that. Yeah, I don't know. We got another Cash App that came in. Emperor Williams says, for the collection plate, let's run it back. Much love. I got you. Thank you. We're at 100. I'll see you all tomorrow. Way to make gold. Way to make gold.
Not looking for.
Did you date men while you were married?
No.
Okay. So you're talking about in the year that you've been divorced, all of this that's been going on.
Yeah, I had like 2 dates within a year, like with men, and later on down the line, they found out they have wives, and I feel like this is a common thing now in this generation. Like, men are really married and not telling the women that they're dating.
Or that the women of this generation do far less vetting and researching than the women of old. Like, how dare you? A lot of you women, like, this happens in the black community a lot. Black women, y'all get pregnant and y'all don't even know the last name of the guy you're pregnant by. So you can't even you can't go get the paperwork you want to go get or whatever, which I don't think you should go get the paperwork anyway. Like, don't ever try to make a man want to raise a child he don't want to raise. But again, let's get back into it. That's not fake hair. That's actually her real hair. That's her real hair.
So no married men. Should he look a certain way?
No, I'm not picky, but an African American man.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
Over 100K.
Ooh.
By dog
Because I make
dial.
over 100K. So, and like I said, all the men that I dated making way more money than me. But it's just,
So the man, your ex-husband that
Because I make over 100K. I just don't know, fellas. I'm out here. I'm working hard. I'm out here working hard trying to advocate for you, man. But these ladies are not trying to like accept the fact that y'all don't care about their money, fellas. I'm trying, man. I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm out here trying my best, man. And it's just no matter what we say to these women, they will not get it out of their head that just because they make a certain amount of money, that doesn't mean you get to date a guy who makes that amount of money. And what it speaks to is that this generation has done the least work to figure out what men actually are into. That's why big girls come to the dating market nowadays like, oh, really? Fitness is the only thing, is pretty much the only thing you guys value before we know each other? Yes. What else do I have to go off of? I don't know you. I don't know if I can hang around you without wanting to tell you to get out just yet. I need something to go off of. Big girls are always like, I just want somebody to give me a chance. No, you need to get in the gym, Big Bertha.
Like Bernice. That's a big
divorced,
bitch.
he did very well financially.
yeah, very well financially. Very well. Both of them.
But you left them because,
I wasn't
the last one
pleased
wasn't pleased.
with the older men, no. I'm not saying that I'm looking for a younger guy either, because a lot of younger guys don't have this ability. Most guys do, but some of them don't, and I'm just not looking for that.
So you want a man that makes 100K, faithful, I'm assuming, or does that matter
Yes.
to you?
Yeah,
Faithful,
that
and he got to put it down in the bedroom.
yes. That's the big concern for me.
Is that more now? Is it more of a concern than the money?
No, because I could take care of myself.
So
I own 2 companies, Kendra.
No, like again, like I know what the paradigm is. What the paradigm is like, I want you to come pay my bills, but don't think I'm just some needy bitch because I was already paying my bills. Ladies, it doesn't matter if you could already pay them. That will not change the guys or the hypotheticals guys' desire to want to pay your bills. Saying you can pay your own doesn't motivate a man to want to pay your bills. BWs, lean in close. Y'all do this the most. The last thing you want to do is be like, I take care of myself. You shouldn't even take that. That shouldn't even come out of your mouth when you're involved with a man and you're trying to like get him to want to take care of you. The last thing you should say is, I can take care of myself. So really, like, you taking care of these bills ain't gonna really be much of nothing because I can already do it. Like, that's not it. I speak with this type of energy because, believe it or not, I want to see black women get married. I do. A couple of women who watched this show got married. We got very excited. We celebrated for them. But y'all not going to get married walking around talking about like, yeah, I got my own bills. Like, really, I just need somebody to kick it with me, travel with me, and like hit it. It's like, y'all sound crazy.
the bedroom is so, because you left the guy that had the money.
Yeah.
So so let's say a man made 50K, but could put it down in the bedroom. Do he got an option?
No.
No.
By dog dial on.
Well, ma'am, you're worth $50,000 a year. You're not an above average woman. I just think you might have had some opportunities with some guys who were older, and because they had money, you think that that's your bar. But I don't think that that's your bar. Because I don't think they would have married you because you're recreational use only. Or one did marry you, but you messed it up. And even still, again, that doesn't make you a dime. You just got a high value man. And there are plenty of average women who get with high value men every day. It doesn't make them now a high value woman. There are plenty of average women who like they stayed with a guy who later on became successful. And the guy just didn't leave. DB says, soon as things get rough and she leaving, as soon as things get rough, she leaving. Take her serious for what? Recreational use only. Not even that. I can already tell she's a walking headache. Absolutely. And she's one of those type of women to where when you guys are getting into it, she'll go sleep with the ex who's got like the baby arm who's hitting the floor or whatever. And after like and then come right back to you like she didn't do that. And if you don't find out about it, it didn't happen. Because women, they take cheating very serious unless they're the ones doing it. Women take, I'm gonna say that again really slow, fellas. Women take cheating very serious unless they're the ones committing the act. Women actually are, I believe women are far more unfaithful than men. And when they cheat, they're far less likely to come forward about it. Because they know that they don't have room to do it the way you do it. And they know it's probably deal breaker level infraction when they do it. Don't deal with women like this. If you're talking to a girl and she tells you some story like, oh yeah, I was dealing with this dude. He was a good guy, but he couldn't hit it good, so I cheated on him. Get the hell away from her. Like, get away from her.
So what's the lowest amount you would date? Is 100K the lowest amount?
Like 80.
80. So lowest is 80K and you have to put it down in the bedroom.
Yes.
And you got to be faithful.
Kane says she abandoned her husband because he had a serious medical condition. She's not a good person. When you guys say medical condition, are you talking about the erectile dysfunction, or did the medical condition create the dysfunction he was having? I just need to know. Because I rewinded it twice. I was like, when did she say medical? I was listening, but ma'am, if you left this guy while he had a medical condition and tried to shame him for like the erectile dysfunction, like that's just two reasons why you're a terrible person. Intellect says, I'm 38, make comfortably more than her. My girl is 12 years younger, 5 feet tall, 100 pounds, and way more attractive. It makes very little. Why the F would I even consider this woman? She is not my equal. She absolutely isn't your equal. And even the woman who makes more than you is not your equal. Men have to might have to forcefully take their position back. Women are starting to think that if they make more money than a man, that they're better than that man. When they can't fix anything, create anything, innovate anything, they can't move anything. Women can't even move things by themselves. Like, oh my God, I bought this big chest and like it was $1,500. And like I got it from this stupid, ridiculous antique shop that would sell something 70 years old for $1,500. And I don't know how I'm gonna move it. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to call some men. Right, because you're not enough. See, if a guy buys that same thing, he'll move it. He's going to move it. And check this out. He could be 70. He still doesn't need any help. He's probably more inclined to not want any help at 70. He's trying to prove something now. You women actually get more vulnerable, weaker with age.
You want to get married again?
Yeah, I'll get married again, but no more children.
Are all the men that married you, were they older? Your husbands? Were both of them older?
They older, yes.
See, that's you know this more than us. You know the man that is going to find the most value in you might be.
Somebody says erectile dysfunction is symptom of other problems. I'd love to hit on this briefly. I think a lot of you guys have what you think is ED, but really it's not even ED. It's the fact that you don't drink water. Or you drink water, you just drink a lot of other things that you shouldn't drink, or you have like a diet that clogs your blood flow, like you have an artery clogging diet, things that like stop blood from flowing. A lot of men don't eat clean, and then they expect like things to work and like the plumbing or whatever to just everything to just be working properly. you guys who don't drink water, like, and are still performing, like, y'all got that super, super, super semen from the semen gods. Like, what's the matter with you? Like, how in the world? Because you'd be surprised. A lot of black people, they're not drinking water. They're not messing with water. And will tear your girl up. But they're not drinking water. So let's get back.
Be an older guy, because one will say, we're going to play this and I'll make you a highlight, but one will say a guy that you just described would, like, the men that you dated is going to choose younger than you.
Right.
Like the guy, like when you were 28,
Absolutely.
the man that was 43
Right.
wanted you.
Right.
And
Tyrell Partridge, drop 10, much love, brother. Thank you.
married you.
Right.
So now a man watching is going to say it's the same statistic. So that guy you just described, they'll say, why would he choose you over the younger version of you?
Gotcha.
Because I feel like you said, if it not all men have.
Mike says Kendra Samuels. I like when you guys call out when she steals the talking points. There was the other day she was talking and I forget what she was saying. She was having a conversation with a single mother, and she was getting ready to tell a single mother that, you know, you gave a baby to a guy who you didn't demand the conditions that you're demanding of other guys. And she was just getting ready to say the highest honor, like what Kevin Samuels was saying. She stopped herself, and I tried to screenshot it, but I was like, let me stop being petty.
A problem in the bedroom being older. Like, it's not all men, but I just had never have found that men. And being though I went through nursing school, I just feel like is the men that I dated or married is a problem.
Listen, I don't, right, but I'm just talking about, because you are a living statistic of what they talk about on my show all the time, right?
Yeah.
And basically what you're telling us is when you were younger, the men you're looking for now, as in this age, because what's the age range you want to date?
I would say 45 to 50.
Okay, so 45 to 50. So when you were 25, this 45 to 50-year-old man wanted you because he wanted something younger.
Right.
So now you want the 45 to 50-year-old man. Not saying it's impossible, but your own life explains that that man wanted something younger, right?
Right.
So let's say if there was a man like the man that marries you, 55 to 60, that has the money, but you won't sign up again for the sex if the sex not there.
No, because I'm a cheat.
My dog died.
Shame in your... Oh, ain't nobody shame.
Again, I like when we get the women who just go ahead and admit it. See, the problem is, and one would say, why would she say this publicly? Well, she said it because a lot of other black women feel this way. They just don't say it. This is their private conversations. This is the private conversations of the sisterhood. They're emboldening each other to behave. They're emboldening each other to behave this way. They're encouraging each other to behave this way. They like, oh girl, he can't, oh, it ain't good. How you do it? You been with him that long? How you do it? It's just, I need you to understand that more of our women think like this than you think. She's just willing to say it. So when I say things like, when black women see men that are actually good fathers, actually good husbands, and they come their way, black women aren't interested in those men. They're looking for the men who can blow their back out and make them tingle and give them butterflies in their stomach, and also maybe put something else in their stomach. I don't know. But it can't be like just a normal just experience and then they work to build up that type of chemistry, sexual chemistry. No, not with black women. Black women is like, okay, you got to at least be able to make sure that I get off, and then I'll start to see if I like want to like build a life with you. Black women, that is not a good plan. And this is why y'all need to stop blaming men for why there are single mother-led households. You women don't know how to pick men. So how could you pick fathers for your children? Especially if you're starting at like, he got to make me feel good in between my legs. Like Halle Berry, make me feel good. Make me feel. Like that's where y'all are starting. So if you get with a guy just because he can blow your back out and not because you know he would father a child with you, is he a deadbeat father? That's a better question. I'm going to say it again slower. If you got with a guy just because he had he was good in bed, and not because he was a good father, and not because he said anything that would make you think he would stay with you, just because he was good in bed, is he a deadbeat for not wanting to raise that child with you? Or do you just make terrible decisions?
Fucking sports bar.
Okay, we'll keep it going. All right. So okay. It is what it is. 100K, 80K is the bare minimum. Faithfulness, you got to put it down in the bedroom. When was your last relationship? Was it your last marriage?
Yes, my last marriage was my last relationship.
Okay. No, you don't want young. You want younger? The ones they just say you want it younger.
No, I said I don't want any younger guys.
No, she doesn't want younger because money matters to her. Because I think I don't even know. Like, I can tell you, you're an attractive girl. You're probably even more attractive when you were in your 20s or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you were like this girl that these men who had the money, and you probably were like, these men are older. They could take care of me. Mm-hmm. Like they were able to impress you.
Nahima sent 5, says she sounds like she would cheat if the wind blows. Yeah, just opportunist. Like those girls that the guys use for those gold digger pranks. She could be right there with her dude and everything. And if you pull up in like a Ferrari, she'll go. Yeah.
You on a level that the men in your age category couldn't.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
They just had the finances to do it. So you agreed to marry them. So what you did agree to be with them for life, but you're being honest with us, which I think is dope. You're being transparent.
Right.
They couldn't, the last husband couldn't please you sexually. So granted, you had no money issues, but you wasn't being physically pleased. So you wasn't satisfied. So you decided to break your marriage vows.
I did.
And get a divorce in the search of something better.
Right.
But the men are going to say that man is going to choose the younger version to you if he has all those things. If he has the money, if he has the access, if he has the good sex, he's going to look just like they did with you. When they were in their 40s, they were searching for you in their 20s. So this is what the men are going to say. I'm not God. I don't play God. So I don't.
Intellect says a few medical exceptions withstanding. I don't think most men suffer from ED. They suffer from, yeah, probably. They probably do. Excuse me.
I don't know what God's going to do.
Right.
But that's what men are going to say.
I mean, they have their choices and they entitled to what they want, but I just can't do it.
Can't do it. Okay, enough is enough. All right, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. I'm gonna just set this. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not dressed. This is my day off. I'm at 12 hours. So I don't know if you can see me, but
got a body, and that's your real hair. I already know, girl. They saw you Pocahontas. It was like Pocahontas is over here. I already know.
Is it just me or is this woman slow tectonic drift? I seen something. I don't know. I was seeing something. At least you're fit. You are fit. It's weird. Some of you women from the front, you got a lot of hips, and it's like, oh, snaps. like she got a little like some movement back there, and then you turn around and it's not even anything going on. Like you're actually not, you don't got no ass, but you are fit, so that's good. You're not overweight, but you're average to be asking for 100K and trying to downplay it like it's not real money. Men don't appreciate that.
I love you, Kendra. I've been watching you for years.
They
I
was like,
downloaded the app already.
they was like, she got this body, this long, beautiful trophy. I'm marrying you. And she married him and left their ass too because, you know, let's keep going. All right, when was your last relationship?
A year ago.
All right.
Kendra, I know that in your world that's like an older man take, like I think that's your way of saying like older men take L's, and like if a man loses a woman that way, that's not a loss to him. He didn't lose a wife. He didn't lose a true life partner. He lost a child. He lost somebody broken. But you just see an opportunity to try to hurt older men because the conversation surrounding older women isn't positive, but it's very immature, and you're not even intellectually on point. You found yourself again on the wrong side of logic. If a man marries a younger woman, regardless of how he lost it, how many older women are getting married to younger men at all? They can't even lose a marriage with a younger man because they're not getting a marriage with a younger man. Yes, I'll talk about it all the time on my show. You said nobody talks about it. I talk about it on my show all the time. I'm like, older guys are perfectly aware of the fact that younger women are only involved with them just because they're at the best financial place that they've ever been at. And older men aren't as, usually men who are very successful aren't as hurt about the fact that she might, until he locks in a serious way, she's going to deal with some broke guys here and there maybe who might be able to lay it down well, but you know, eventually when it comes time to settle down, I'm the guy she marries. And it's what it is. Successful men are perfectly aware of this a lot of the times. There was a movie, I think, a long time ago with Ashton Kutcher, and I think he was playing some friends with benefits, heartthrob role guy, and I think the husband ended up finding out and ended up rolling up on him and was telling him, hey, be easy, it's cool. You're the guy that she sleeps with, you know, in some janitor closets or something like that. Like, I can take care of her. Like she wants to marry me, and it kind of messed his ego up. It actually should have. It actually should have. But yeah, great show. We may go. Much love to our sponsor, Arthur Ashe. Let's give it much love, Arthur. And everybody else who came through and supported right there at the end and made sure that we secured another show for tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. We're going to be back tomorrow with a balloon pop show that I've been having prepared for you guys. Been some interesting things going on over there. So we're going to kick it with Arlette for a little bit tomorrow. And that's what we're going to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button on your way out of the room. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.